I'm getting ready to give you a prime example of what I mean when I say stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. Too often times, especially related to Republicans in the age of Donald Trump, people make excuses when they show who they are. I want to talk about Mary Miller and what she tweeted yesterday. Yesterday, D-Day, a celebration of the initial end, didn't bring the war to an end, but it led to the end of World War II in Europe, where, as a reminder of history that you probably don't need because you're smart people who are intellectually curious and understand our history as a globe, know that many, many ethnicities, races, groups of people, religions helped bring an end to fascism in the middle of the last century. Black Americans, and Jews, and Muslims, and hillbillies from the South, and hayseeds like where I was from. All kinds of people contributed to ending the war and defeating Nazi Germany and fascism, right? Should those people have a separate but equal place in our history to celebrate their efforts, their contributions to ending? It wasn't just white Americans. It wasn't just white Christians who were in the United States military or the disparate military units from other countries that also aided in this, undercounted in the contribution among Americans who understand history. They would say also Russia mainly ended the war, fought the war. Mary Miller, Congresswoman from Illinois, tweeted something disturbingly stupid, ignorant, hostile, hateful, and bigoted yesterday. Also, she's wrong about the group she was trying to be hateful about. It's all just a chef's kiss of absolute idiocy on display here. But before I show you this tweet and talk about it and some of the responses, I want to show you what she was caught on camera saying the day before the insurrection against the country. On the lawn of the United States Capitol, just hours before an unruly, violent mob of white supremacists attacked our country, trying to get Donald Trump, their white supremacist demigod, back into power after he lost the election in 2020. She said this in praise of Adolf Hitler on the grounds of the United States Capitol. I just need it to be reminded of you to be reminded again in the spirit of not giving these people the benefit of the doubt.
This is the battle. Hitler was right on one thing. He said, whoever has the youth has the future. Our children are being propagandized. Today, I want to encourage you to do two things. Fill your children's minds with what is true and right and noble. And then they can overcome evil with good because they can actually discern between what is evil and what is good.
Hitler was right, she said. If there's one thing Hitler was right about, it was that you need to fill your child's brains with the right kind of information. A lot of people made excuses for this moment in Mary Miller. A lot of people gave her the benefit of the doubt. And there's been many instances in between that moment and this one that scream out for justice and not giving this dunce the benefit of the doubt. She tweeted this yesterday and then amended, deleted. She said, with a photo of a man who, by the way, if you're not familiar with religions that aren't Christianity or Judaism, he's not a Muslim. This is a Sikh. This is a man who is not of a faith even related to Islam. She tweeted this: it's deeply troubling that a Muslim was allowed to lead prayer in the House of Representatives this morning. This should have never been allowed to happen. America was founded as a Christian nation, and I believe our government should reflect that truth. May God have mercy. I mean, how do you respond to this level? To call it ignorance is just not getting it done. This is hatred and bigotry and fear and white supremacy. this white Christian nationalist lady who swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America. We'll get to Article 6 of this document in just a moment. First, I want to give a little credit to a congressman who responded on Twitter. And this is the energy that we need to be bringing to the fight against Republicans, to the fight against fascism, to the fight against racism, white supremacy, and bigotry in this country. And it comes from Eric Swalwell, who tweeted this: "They're not just mean, they're fucking morons. This visiting chaplain is sick." That's the energy we need. They need to meet their colleagues where they are with the same level of energy that they're bringing. Mary Miller is not just stupid, she's hateful. She's not just ignorant of her faith and of the Constitution she swore an oath to. She's also hateful. This, I'm going to read a couple paragraphs from the Huffington Post. This is from Lydia O'Connor. Representative Mary Miller loses it over a quote-unquote Muslim speaking in Congress before deleting racist post. "May God have mercy," said Miller, who tweaked her post to attack Sikhs instead before deleting it all. Now, or deleting it altogether. Now, let me say this. The reason I brought up D-Day is because this person was there. This man was there. This man of the cloth, this religious leader was there to give an invocation, to pray, to bring the House of Representatives into session. Something I don't believe we should be doing. We are not a religious nation. We were not founded upon religion. In fact, in the Constitution, there are several prohibitions against the intertwining, the intermingling, the establishment of a faith, a state religion. This is what Lydia O'Connor wrote. "The man leading the prayer was guest chaplain Gianni Singh, a follower of the Sikh faith, not Islam." Miller's Republican colleague, Representative Jeff Van Drew, a Republican, she doesn't say in the article, but he's a Republican, a guy who was a Democrat and changed parties because he's just that kind of a dipshit. Jeff Van Drew introduced him as such on Friday. Quote, this is from Republican Jeff Van Drew. "Day after day, year after year, he leads not just with words, but with example, with peace, with humility, with service towards all," Van Drew said. "These are not just Sikh values, they are American values." He noted that Singh was serving as guest chaplain on the 81st anniversary of D-Day when, and this is where I wanted you, this is why I led with the thing about D-Day, when Sikh soldiers fought shoulder to shoulder with Allied forces. They didn't fight shoulder to shoulder with, they were a part of Allied forces on the beaches of Normandy in 1944. So again, I ask that question of you, Mary Miller, of you Republicans, of you bigots and white supremacists, are the contributions of his countrymen, of his fellow members of his religious tradition and faith, are they less virtuous? Are they less important? Should they not be allowed to hold positions of power and influence within our government? Should they not be able to participate as full citizens of this country because of their faith? The Constitution says no. The same Constitution, Mary Miller raised her right hand and swore an oath before her God that she would support and defend this document. She swore an oath to the same God she's begging mercy from, that we would allow someone of a different faith other than Christianity, as though this man is not a child of God. Bigotry. Again, we should stop giving her the benefit of the doubt, the same lady who praised Hitler and then said, this is the advice from Hitler. These are the practices of Hitler that we need to embody, that we need to see get transformed and poured into the brains of our youth. Article 6 of the Constitution of the United States prohibits any religious tests. This is what it reads: "The Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land." This Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. Mary Miller subsequently took an oath to that document to affirm her duty and role to support and defend that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. Not the Bible, not the Quran, not some other holy text, the Constitution. It goes on further. The senators and representatives before mentioned and the members of the several states' legislatures and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. Remember, this Constitution, the supreme law of the land. But no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. No religious test, Mary Miller. May God have mercy. Did you not know about this Article 6 in the Constitution, Mary? Did you swear an oath before your God to a document that you haven't read and don't understand? You lying, hypocritical bigot. You white Christian nationalist praising Hitler and then demonizing someone, celebrating the contributions of individuals who fought, who gave their lives, fighting for a cause supported by the United States, entered into by the United States. Stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. The Mary Millers of the world. The Stephen Millers of the... Should we just go through all the Millers in the Republican Party that are problematic? The Donald Trumps of the world. Stop it. Stop acting as though, oh, what she meant to say was... We know what she meant to say. This is what she meant to say. This is who she is. This is what she believes. So many Republicans are exactly the same. And to circle back, we need more members of Congress like Eric Swalwell to call it like it is, to do what I've been calling for years, which is to stop with this deference to the other party and my colleague, my good friend across the aisle. You call them what they are. They're fucking morons. Hateful, bigoted, divisive morons. What do you think? Am I being too harsh? Is Eric Swalwell being too harsh? You can comment below. That'll help the algorithm to share this content with viewers who desperately need to hear it. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I appreciate you very much. Have a great continuation of your weekend. I will see you Monday, maybe tomorrow. Who knows what's going to happen? Be genuine. Take care of one another.